Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Viettesol from Vietnam. I am delighted to be here today to present to you about an investigation into the teachers' feedbacks to the students' answers in lectures from TOEFL IBT. My presentation is divided into 5 parts. Firstly, I will talk about RATIONALE. The second one, I will look at adjectives. Next, methodology. And then, findings discussion. The last one, implications. I will start with some general information about the RATIONALE. You know that the teacher is the measuring school influence on student achievement. The way we are teacher talk to learners in lectures in general and in particular, the way we respond to what we have said or done affects them both as learners and as learning process. Enormous factors influencing students' achievement. Feedback is or near the top of these factors, which have greatest effect on student learning. According to authors in 2004, a successful feedback will build confidence in the students, motivate students to improve their learning, provide students with performance improvement information, correct errors, and identify their strengths and weaknesses. In the context of learning and teaching, feedback can be defined as any form of response by the teacher to students' performance, attitude, or behavior. At least where attitude or behavior affect performance, feedback is equally vital in schooling and performs a variety of functions, including recognizing, correcting, encouraging, challenging, and improving. On the one hand, feedback is important. For students to know how well they are doing, their achievement motivate them a lot in learning. When they have made a mistake, they can learn from it and take corrective measures. On the other hand, teachers monitor student learning, give them feedback. That's why teacher comments and suggestions need to be focused. In reality, teacher feedback is used very often. Sometimes strategic feedback does not appropriate. From this, we can understand how important is teacher feedback. So, what is teacher feedback? From many definitions of teacher feedback, we assume that any kind of linguistic devices that are used in form of oral comment, evaluative or corrective, in classroom that learners receive after their response from teacher on the performance in lectures are called teacher's feedback and will be examined in this study. From all the above reasons, a study with titled An Investigation into the Teacher's Feedback to Students' Answers in Lectures from TOEFL IBT is carried out. Well, I have told you about RATIONALE. Now, I would like to present to you about objectives of my paper. This study aims to examine the linguistic features of teachers' feedback to students' answers in terms of syntactic, semantic, and pragmatic features, to find out how the student perceive the teacher feedback to their answers. On the basis of their findings, some suggestions are made. Thus, we have 3 research questions below. Number 1. What are the linguistic features of TF to essay in the lectures in English? How did the teachers at Taiwan University experience to teacher answer in lectures in English? Pedagogical suggestions should be put forward to the teaching and learning concerning TF2 essay in lectures in English. That's all we had to say about objectives. Now I'll move on to methodology. With the objective mentioned above, this study is based on the descriptive and qualitative methods. The descriptive study was based on the theoretical framework of functional grammar, theory of speech art, epistemic modality, and blindness. The data collection was conducted with 400 instances of teachers' methods, quoted from transcript of lecture extracts from TOEFL IBT, and a questionnaire for 100 students. At Thanh Nguyên University, Vietnam, the former was to discover features as teachers' feedback in terms of syntax, epistemic modality, and blindness principle. The latter was designed for the analysis of students' reception of teachers' feedback. Let me turn now to finding and discussion, the most important part of this study. This is clearly showed in view of laws of exchange, class edge message, and speech art theory that most of the teachers' feedback occurred in forms of truncated declarative sentence at a theme room with discord functions as conforming the validity of the student's answer, encouraging, complimenting the student, correcting and modifying the answers. This session presents the semantic features of the teacher's feedbacks. As we know, the most important sociological use of English is the interpersonal functions. This function is concerned with interaction between the teachers and students in teacher feedbacks and the teacher attitude toward what he or she speaks to students. The analysis will be conducted based on the assumption of epistemic modality. For reasons, semantic notions such as factivities and non-factivities should be presented here. Blindness is a common social phenomenon that can be found in every aspect of social interaction, in which it plays very significant roles in social communications. People should respect another party's positive face and take care of another party's negative face as well. Hedges could be used in the teacher's feedback to boost as well as mitigate the illusionary force of teacher's feedback in order to increase and set the student's face respectively. Teacher's feedback will hedges in boosting the illusionary force and mitigating the illusionary force. In order to boost the illusionary force, the findings show that the feedback of the students' right answer, the teacher's blindness strategies include congratulating student performance, excellent question, confirming the validities of students' answer, correct, very good, that's good, that's correct, boosting the assertion of validities of excellent, that's very right, expressing teachers' positive emotion, great, very good, that's a pretty good definition. Evaluating student responses, exactly, absolutely, or great job. Asserting students' competence in specific fields. Well done. Maximizing agreement between student, teacher and student. Very good. You're absolutely right. It's very important. And in order to mitigate illocutionary faults, teachers often acknowledge past of students but asking for modification and study incompleteness of student answer by sharing part of the truth in students' answer. For example, but who are the aspects close but incorrect? Yes, more in detail. Obviously, student answer do not make a teacher satisfied more, but I used here since the teacher wants student to give his answer more clearly. Besides, the teachers do not intend to make student feel sad or unsuspicious of information in his answer. Hence, such as feedback may take student feel respected before class. I like your reasoning on that, but no, I'm afraid you are not exactly correct. Okay, maybe bad. Oh, good guess. Good guess. But I'm afraid not. Wrong again. Would you believe that? We'll look at finding a discussion. Finally, let's have a look at implication. We have a look at findings and discussion. Finally, let's have a look at implication. To the teachers, first of all, teachers should choose a private politeness strategy to satisfy student face needs. Secondly, developing teacher theory of knowledge on pragmatics is required. Thirdly, teachers should be aware of providing pupils with positive and constructive feedback indispensable. Fourthly, teachers is supposed to avoid giving unambiguous and understandable feedback. And lastly, teachers should decide to keep the relationship friendly with students. To the learners, learners may focus on the area of knowledge being mentioned and thus do not get confused between teachers' feedback. By developing pragmatic competence, identify types of teachers' feedback, understanding teachers' intention through his feedback. They may be able to understand what the teachers. By developing pragmatic competence, identify types of teachers' feedback, understanding teachers' intention through his feedback. They may be able to understand what and which intention the teacher is talking about in giving feedback. The lack of this knowledge may lead to some problems due to the misunderstanding of teachers' purposes in giving teachers feedback in his or her lectures. Thank you for listening.